Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sweet Pea Crafts, and third time is the charm. Let's see if I can't get through this video. This is probably going to be a long one, so get you some coffee or tea or whatever your beverage of choice is. My name is Christy, and I'm coming to you from Louisiana, and this is my channel where I talk about all the crafting I do, mostly knitting, some crochet, sometimes sewing, and a little bit of cross stitch here and there. So I hope that everyone had a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate, and New Year's. I did not get to finish up the end of Vlogmas. I ended up getting sick and then got pneumonia. So I'm much better now, and so there's that. You know, life happens. I missed out on getting to do some family gatherings at Christmas, but you know, there's always next year. I hope that you're all doing well. Today is Friday, February 4th, and I'm ready to get back at it. I've missed talking to everyone. I've missed making videos, and I have quite a bit to show today. So I'm going to try not to get too sidetracked and too chatty, and I want to apologize right now for the glare on my glasses, but it's a rainy day here today, and winter has finally kicked in here, and we actually are having a little bit of rain mixed with sleet, so it's a cold day here today. But other than that, the dogs we're all doing fine now, and so let's get on with it. I wanted to say my channel coming into 2022, I will continue. I'm going to try to be more consistent with my videos, and I will continue to have podcast updates, regular podcasts, and updates on what I'm doing 2 times a month. And then I really want to upload once a week. That's my goal. So I have some things planned for the weeks when I'm not doing a regular podcast. I'm going to be dyeing some yarn, doing yarn reviews. I want to try to do some tutorials. I've always kind of held off doing any kind of tutorials on my channel because YouTube is really just flooded with, you know, you can find a tutorial for anything that you need to do. But there are a few things that I have in mind that I would like to give a tutorial on. So I hope that you will stay tuned, and please like this video if you don't mind. It would really help me out. So one thing that I am not going to be able to continue, at least right now, is the giveaways. I will have some giveaways for milestones on the channel and things like that, but the once a month giveaways, for right now, financially, I just cannot afford the shipping. Shipping prices, I'm sure you all know, have gotten to be ridiculous, and living in a household with only one income, I just I can't do it right now. So I apologize for that, but please, I hope you'll continue to stay tuned. I do have some things for giveaways. We'll do some, you know, a few times this year, some milestones and that kind of stuff. So there will be some. It just won't be the once a month. So I'm looking at my notes. If you see me looking down, I just made some very brief notes so that hopefully I can remember to touch on everything that I wanted to touch on. I do, at the beginning of the year, I did do a clean out of, I had probably 4 or 5 projects, and I had wanted to vlog this, But like I said, I got sick and I didn't do it. But I had probably 4 or 5 projects that I had kitted up that I never started. And I just felt like I'd kitted them up, had wound the yarn. I had the needles in the bag, the pattern in the bag. And really, I had kind of changed my mind about some of it. And I just felt like it was, I don't know how to really put it, but it was just like, I felt like it was just hanging over my head. So I unkitted all of that stuff, and I came into 2022 with only 2 whips, which I will get finished this year. But my goal really this year is to work on making garments. I've made quite a few shawls in the last couple of years, and I do have a wrap and a shawl that are still the whips that I brought over from last year. And I'm not going to show them today because I have not done any work on them. But if you have been watching my channel, you'll know one is the Lady Whistledown wrap, and the other one is my Find Your Fade. I will get those finished, but I don't have plans right now to start any more shawls in the near future. And also, last year I wanted to make sure that I did a pair of socks every month, and I did do that. I did accomplish that. I made more than 12 pairs of socks last year, and I'm not really so focused on that this year. I do have some socks to show today, but I'm not, I'm trying to be more relaxed with myself and not put those pressures on myself. But I really have to finish this month and just take my time, enjoy the process, and work on what brings me joy and what I really feel like working on, instead of doing things that, oh, I have to get this finished, or I want to be able to show this on my channel. I guess quality and not quantity. So there's that. And I also want to really practice my color work this year. I have a color work project that I'm about to show you too. So that's kind of what went on in January, besides me having the new starts that I'm about to show. I just cleared out some project bags. I'm going to try, I don't have plans to buy any yarn this year, or very minimal, and work through my stash as much as I can, and just do things that bring me joy. So, new starts. Actually, let's do finishes first. I'm wearing a finish. So I did finally finish. I'll take it off real quick, even though it's cold in this room. I'll take it off and show you. Oh my goodness, I finally finished this. And speaking of projects that don't bring you joy, this project did not bring me joy at all. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm glad I finished it. This is the Shawlography by Stephen West. I'm sure by now everybody's familiar with this, and I've talked about it in several other episodes. I did the border. I know a lot of people have changed out the border, but I did do the stripy border. And although I'm going to put it back on while we're talking, although I'm very happy to have it finished, you know, this will not get the most wear. It's not my favorite shawl. I mean, it's nothing to do with Stephen West's pattern. The pattern, if you've done any of his stuff, it was super well written, and I learned some stuff I'd never done brioche before. But I think because I made quite a few mistakes in this shawl, and I got bogged down with worrying over the mistakes and not going back and picking them out, especially this row with the loops. Excuse me. I I don't know. You know, I really want to do his one from 2020. I did have that. I did, that's the only thing I kept kitted up. But I went back and the Slipstravaganza. I went back and had a look at my yarn choices, and I'm still happy with them. Will I start it this year? I don't know, but I did leave that one kitted up because I do like that shawl. I did the hybrid knit along that had parts of that shawl pattern in it. I really enjoyed working on that. So um, I will at some point do that one, but I don't know if it will be this year. And I don't know if I will do his mystery knit along this year until I've seen it. um, I know this about myself that I really don't enjoy mysteries from when I cross stitched all the time. It's just, you never know what you're getting, you know, and I like lots of parts of this pattern, but it is just, oh, it's so busy. And that combined with my color choices, I'm just kind of, never say never, but I don't know. Right now, I'm not feeling it. So, anyway, that was a long, drawn out thing to tell you that I did finally finish it. I am very pleased that I powered through and got it done. And so I finished that. Gosh, I made it through just before the end of the year. So I did get it done before the end. I finished it on the 29th of December. So that's done. Let me move my marker so I can show you the other stuff. Next thing I finished, I did finish up the Year of Dishcloths. I had mentioned that, I'm not sure which is the right, this is the right side. This was October's pattern, and I had accidentally deleted the email and had to wait for her to get it put up on Ravelry before I could do it. But this was October's. I don't remember the name of it, but it's the kitchen sink shop. She's doing it again this year. I haven't quite decided yet. I think I will do them this year. I don't know that I'll worry so much about getting it done every month, but I would like to have some. I need some dishcloths for my kitchen and maybe some for gifts. So I did really enjoy this. Last year they were quick projects that you could get done in a day, and so I finished October's, and this, can't really see the pattern good because of the yarn, but I'm trying to see which is the right side. I can't even tell which is the right side. This was December's pattern. So I did finish all 12 of them. I did not bring them all in here to show you, but I got all of those done. So that was a good goal. I did knit quite a bit last year. For me, anyway, I had quite a few finishes, and I'm pleased about that. But like I said, going forward this year, I'm not going to focus so much on how many finishes I get, just, enjoying each project. So the next thing I finished, which have been hanging out back here for a month for me to show you, were my, I guess I could have brought a sock blocker. These were my Cozy Knitter Christmas socks. I finished these. I have a matching pair. This was so much fun, and I do hope that I can get the yarn and do it again this year. I did really enjoy this. These are longer than I normally make, but I got all 25 in there, and I have enough yarn left over to make some more socks, some shorties or something. So I finished that, and I did get those done also before the end of the year. I finished those on the 29th too. I have another project that I finished that I don't have it here to show, but if you watch I believe I talked about it in Vlogmas and maybe in my last episode, I knit my mom a pair of just plain fingerless mitts. I finished those in time for her birthday in January, and didn't get a picture of them before I gave them to her, so I don't have them here to show you. I finished, let's see, one more finish. I finished my Franken Socks. I used a set of the 50-gram skeins of yarn from Hypnotic Yarn that was in the Advent that I'd gotten. They weren't named. This was just week 4, and each week you got 2 50-gram skeins of yarn. So I just swapped out the heels, toes, and cuffs, and the free pattern that came with the Advent was called Franken Socks, and it's just a little kind of lace pattern. So I did knit those. I just finished these the other day on the 2nd. I just finished these on the 2nd, and this yarn is so soft, and it was really nice to work with. And now I have a kind of mismatched, matchy pair of socks. So those are 2 pairs of socks I finished, and this is actually the first finish that I have and the only finish for 2022. I think I kind of wish that I had done a little count of all my finishes for last year, but I didn't do it. So, I guess I will get to my whips. Let's show, they're new start / whips. So this is the first one. This one is my Snowy Mountain stocking. I talked about this last year and had ordered the yarn for it quite a while ago and finally got started on it. This is a color work project, and here, instead of showing the pattern, I will show a picture. Sorry. Every time I think I'm prepared, I'm really not. This is the stocking that I'm doing now. I only have 2 to do, and I didn't get started on it at Christmas time. So I will have these done for next Christmas, and I gotta say, this is a project that is really bringing me joy right now. I am loving this. This is the first time. I don't know who I got this stitch marker from, but isn't that cute? This is the first time that I've done any color work. And I'm going to have a little separate video / yarn review on how I'm doing it and how it's working out for me so far. But I'm pleased with how it's looking so far. I don't know how many. If you are an expert in color work, you might be looking at this and saying, wow, your stitches are super uneven. But I'm hoping that it blocks out pretty good. I have 2 more pattern sections to do, and then I get to the heel, which this pattern has an afterthought heel. So it's coming along. I'm almost done with the leg portion of it. And since I only have 2 stockings to make, one for myself and one for my husband, I definitely know that I will get these done for this coming Christmas of 2022. So I am super loving that and really enjoying it. And now I kind of have the color work bug. Like, I really want to start all the color work things, but I'm not. Not right now. I'm not going to get startitis. I really want to focus, just get up and do what I feel like doing. So I have started a sweater. I'm I'm going to chat to you about it while I get the picture pulled up. I should have already had this done. Sorry. I can't do two things at one time. Are you all like that? Sorry. Crazy Sock Lady is doing a knit along for a cable worked sweater, and I believe it runs through June. I'm not sure, but I started mine. I tend to not do a whole lot of knit alongs because then I start feeling pressure about I have to keep up with it. But this one I did do. This is a pattern. I'll show you two different pictures. This is called, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but it's the Nemu sweater. And it's a pattern by Knit Boop Designs. All of the projects that I'm working on right now currently, I will have listed in the description box. So you can do this pattern, you can kind of pick your negative ease on it, or positive ease, I'm sorry. So I'm doing this in a size up from what I would normally wear. So I'm hoping that I really wanted it to be kind of like a boyfriend fit, baggy. I'm using, I forgot to show the yarn that I was using for the stocking. I'll show it to you in a minute. I'm using Wool of the Andes by Knit Picks, and this is the colorway Opal Heather. And that's looks really gray. It's not that gray. But you can kind of see all the colors in it. It's a worsted weight yarn. I know because of where I live that this won't be something I get to wear all the time, but I'm really enjoying it, even though I have the pattern is very well written and all mistakes are my own. But I'm about halfway through with the yoke, so I have made some a few mistakes on the first couple of rounds with the yoke, but it's really heavily cabled on the front, and then the sleeves just have one cable running all the way down. I think likely I will make this kind of more a 3/4 sleeve sweater, just because I don't wear a lot of really long sleeve things. But I'm really enjoying it. I wish this color was coming out. It's more blue. It's kind of like a dusty blue. It's really looking gray on camera. But it's a free pattern. And especially if you are more, if you've knit more sweaters than I have, which is the first sweater I've ever knit. I've only ever knit cables on socks too, so this is the most cabling I've ever done. But it's very well written. It really is. So I'm enjoying that, and just kind of I'm just taking my time with it. I don't know if I will finish it during the knit along, but that's okay. I have a couple of other sweaters that I would like to start this year too, so we'll see. The yarn, I'm sorry that I didn't tell you. The yarn that I have, or that I'm using for the stocking, is Knit Picks palette, and I'm using the cream color for my main color, and then I'm also using I think the gray was called Ash. The green, the dark green is Ivy, and the gray, is Marble Heather. When I bought the yarn, this is the yarn that is called for in the pattern, just not the colors. When I bought the yarn, I couldn't get the dark gray. They were sold out. And I wanted to do the stockings in different colors. So this one has the green in it, and the other one that I do will have red in it. So let me see what else I have to show. Oh, I have some crochet to show. Actually started some crochet in an effort to get through some of my stash, and I was just missing having a crochet blanket on the go. I pulled out one of my kits that I bought. This kit I've had for quite a few years, and it's an Attic 24 pattern. I apologize for this being torn up. It was in the bag with the kit, but it's the only color picture I have. I'm so sorry. This is by Attic 24. It's the Moreland blanket, and this is how it's a stripy blanket. So start off here in the greens and move up into purples, and then eventually into all the blues. So really love the color story of this, and I am almost finished with the second section, so I'll show you really quickly. This is how wide it is, and this is where I am now, just starting to get into some more purples. So I love it. It's super easy and just mindless crochet project. Again, not in a rush to get it finished. Just something I'm gonna plug away at and work on when I feel like it. That yarn is acrylic. Ugh, I can't find my words today. I am sorely out of practice, y'all. That is an acrylic yarn. It is Stylecraft Special Decay that I got from the kit from Wool Warehouse. Like I said, I'll have all of it linked below. I know that they still carry it. It's a yarn from the UK, and I do, acrylic's not my favorite to work with, but crocheting blankets, you can't beat it. It can be washed and dried, and like I said, I have a lot. I have the closet of shame over here that is full of kits and stuff, and I want to work through some of these kits that I have, and they're all pretty much acrylic, but I do want to work on my goal this year is to finish 2 crochet blankets. So the next one that I do, I think I already know which one I'm going to do, and it'll be a little more of a complicated pattern. But anyway, I missed crocheting. I hadn't done anything since I did the baby blanket last year, and glad to be back doing it and getting through some of my stash at the same time. So that is it for projects I've started and my finishes. And now we will get on to things I have to show. I don't have any yarn that I've bought, but I do have a couple of things to show. So if you watched my vlogs, my Vlogmas, you know that I had 3 Advents. I had the Hypnotic yarn Advent, and I did open all of those on camera, but like I said, I got sick a couple of days before the end of Vlogmas, so I didn't get to open the other 2. I had the Clarkin L, and this, the colors weren't named, but this is the colorway. This is the colorway that was the day 25 for Clarkin L. And I know that Advent, which I'll kind of give you a view of most of the rest of the colors. I did not keep them in order, but I know this Advent was meant to be worked into a wrap. I don't know if that's what I'm gonna do with it though. And then The other Advent I had was Ruby and Roses. And this was day 25 for Ruby and Roses. And I love it. This one's called, oh my goodness, excuse me. I haven't talked this much in a while. This one's called Making Memories. And like a lot of her yarns, it has pretty much every color under the rainbow. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this either yet, except that I know I'm going to start a blanket. I'm going to start some kind of knitted blanket with her yarn at some point. So that was the end of the Advents. This year, sorry, I don't have any plans to buy Advents. If I won the lottery, if I won the lottery, I'd be getting a homespun house and Ruby and Roses again. And I'd love to get Blush yarns, but you know, it is what it is. So, but I do want to show you this. I haven't even really looked at it. I did get a book for Christmas, and it is a top-down sweater book. So, by Ann Budd. I'll show you the back of it because I don't want to show you any of the patterns. But you basically, I think, can pick, I thought that you picked, no, maybe not. Anyway, there's some Fair Isle in here. There's some cardigans. I'd really like to knit a cardigan that doesn't have to be steeked or put together. So I did get this book, and I'm real excited to look through it. Obviously, it's been sitting here in my craft room, and I have not had a chance to look through it yet. And Gina over at Knitting Turnpike, I believe that you all watch her channel, most of you. If you don't, I'll link her down below. Please go check her out. She is such a sweetheart and really has encouraged me to branch out with my knitting and to get back into YouTube. She sent me a very sweet gift that I got. I think this came in Christmas Eve. How she managed that, I don't know. I'm not going to read the card. But she sent me such a sweet card. And I wanted to show y'all what she sent. She sent me a project journal. So when I fill up the one I'm working on now, which I probably will this year, I can put some projects in here. She sent me a really sweet little sock size project bag. I don't know who it's made by. There aren't any tags in it, but it's got bees on it. It's just precious. I love it. And she also sent me some yarn, and it has a little pretty little flower stitch marker on it. This is fondant fiber. I've never worked with any of their yarn before, and it's called Love Shack. So Gina, if you're watching, I've already sent her an email and thanked her, but thank you so much. That was just so sweet, and I cried when I got it. Which, when I don't know about you, but when I'm sick, it's not hard to make me cry. But that was so sweet and so thoughtful, and so I really wanted to thank her so much for that. And I really enjoyed being on the live with her, even though my laptop camera is terrible. It's terrible. But so that's kind of all the acquisitions that I have to show. I'm filming today I'm going to start filming from my iPad, so we'll see how this goes. Maybe my editing skills will get a little better. And also, one of the things that I'm going to really work hard on is getting my Ravelry updated, so that if you're interested in any of the projects that I've done, you can get on there and see what's going on with that. But until it is updated, if you have questions about anything that I've shown, that I haven't answered in the podcast or I don't have linked down below, please don't hesitate to email me and I will get back with you, and I'd be happy to answer whatever questions you have. So I guess that's it for today. I managed to get through this a lot quicker than I thought I would have. But if you hung in there with me, I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you for being subscribed. Like the video for me so it can get seen. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day and weekend coming up. I will be back next week, and I'm going to do a review on the palette yarn and talk a little bit about that color work. So one day next week, watch out for that video. Until then, happy crafting. Bye.